Hi, in this Unity demo, we'll work on slicing up a tile set. The first thing to do in our new 2D core project is to change the sample scene name. We'll rename our sample scene to Slope 1 for our Zany Slopes project. Now that we have our scene renamed, inside the Assets folder, we're going to create a new folder. This one will be called Tilesets. This is where we'll put all of the tile sets we need for our Zany Slopes project. Once you have the folder created, go ahead and open it, and then we're going to add a file called tilemap.png. Even though it's called tilemap, it's actually the tile set for our project. Once we've added our tile set into that folder, we're also going to add a license text file and a tile sheet information text file to the same folder. This will just give us some more property information about the tile sizes and some other data that we are going to use later when we slice up that tile set. The license file gives us some more information about who created this asset pack, when it was created, and also under what Creative Commons or other licenses we can actually use this asset pack. Now that we have our tile set ready to go, we're going to open up our scene and create an empty game object. Let's rename this new game object Yeti. With the Yeti game object selected, in the inspector window, add a component. Do a search for Sprite and add the Sprite renderer component. Now we don't have a sprite ready for this yet, so now it's time to slice up that tile set. With the tile map file selected, let's take a look at the inspector and change sprite mode from single to multiple because we have multiple small images within our tile set. We also know that the pixels per unit is 16 by 16 from our tile sheet file. So let's change pixels per unit to 16. We're also going to change the filter mode from bilinear to point no filter. With these small images that are pixelated, sometimes too much compression can cause a problem. So we're going to change compression from normal quality to none, and then select the apply button. This will help retain the graphics and the quality of these low image graphics. Then we're going to open the Sprite Editor. Selecting Sprite Editor opens up a brand new window called the Sprite Editor. This is where we can see all of those tiles within that one image. Select Slice, and we're going to change the type from automatic to grid by cell size. You can also change it to grid by cell count or use an isometric grid, but for this case we're using grid by cell size because we know the size of each one of our images. Each pixel size for each image is going to be 16 across, or 16 wide, and 16 up and down for the y-axis. As you can see by the red grid, it doesn't quite line up right. That's because we have some padding that we need to account for. In between each one of our small images, we have 1 pixel of padding both on all sides of every single image that's in our tile set. So now we're ready to slice. You can also get the padding information in that same tile sheet text file that we used earlier. Then when you're all done, select the Apply button to make sure that it slices everything properly. When finished, you can close the Sprite Editor. Now we can select our Yeti game object because I think we're ready to choose a default sprite for the sprite renderer. Selecting the small arrow next to our tile set will expand all of those small sliced up images that we just created. And we're going to grab a default Yeti sprite and drag it up to sprite in our sprite renderer. Double-clicking on the Yeti game object will zoom you in closer to see the full detail of this pixelated image. And it looks pretty good. The quality is sharp with those hard lines, which is what you want in these low-resolution graphics.